Love Unfiltered.
We're on Love Unfiltered tonight. We have a special guest. We have
Cassie,
where you from?
Asbury Park.
All right, cool. So look, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, you raised in Asbury. How old are you?
36.
36. Okay, 36. All right, cool. So all right. So tell me about your upbringing, like raised in a household. Like you got any brothers, sisters? Like how was that?
Yeah, I have brothers. I have 3 that I was raised in a household with.
Yeah.
A single mom.
Single mom. Okay.
Father wasn't around.
So how was that? Like.
It was a struggle, We all go through it, ain't half. Had to make it any way we could.
So tell me, so you're a young girl, probably like, when did it start to really affect you, like not having a father like in your life, meaning as like growing up, was it like a bad thing? Like you think if your father was around, I don't know if he passed away or not at the time, but you think if your father was around, you think could have had a better, or you?
I think if my father was around, it'd probably been a better outcome.
Yeah.
But being raised with a mother, she was tough, so
yeah,
she raised us like,
it was bad. It was bad as hell.
Yeah. So
who the oldest out of all your siblings?
My sister.
Sister? Okay. So all right, so now you growing up, single household. That's how it was. My mom is 6 of us. So my mom raised, it was just us, you know what I'm saying? So like in Asbury, where you like, which I know I had somebody here, they was telling me they from the B-way. Like what part of Asbury you from?
Well, I was raised on this side, like on Second.
Oh, so you across the tracks?
All there, yeah.
Across the tracks. It's a little different then, right?
It's a little different. My family and them was from the Boston Way, Lincoln Village, Old Village.
Was you allowed to go over there though?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know like back in the day that if you wasn't from there, you wasn't going there. Like, well, you from Asbury still, but like, the B-way back then was crazy.
I think I just like, if you have family in there, it was like you didn't have an issue because like you're there, like being at my grandmother's house or my aunt Liz's house, we was there. So it was like we was raised there.
So like, all right. So tell me, like your childhood, like how, like I said, you growing up without a father, your mom raising you. How was it like? Like when did you start to like do your own thing, like get off the porch and just being like your own, like I'm doing my own thing?
Like around like probably like 12.
Like 12, you was outside.
House parties and stuff like that. Being around, certain females and stuff like that. It was a lot that we had to deal with. Being in the streets and. We ain't really had too much things to do. So drill team and stuff like that was something that we grew up on. And it just allowed us to do other things. But that was our go-to get away from like whatever struggles, whatever issues, whatever stresses, like, that we had going on inside the household. So that was
a little escape.
Yeah.
All right, so 12 years old, you outside. Like you was around that Greek Fest era?
Yes.
You was outside then?
Yes.
That shit was, I'm telling you, like, that shit was something like, my grandma lived on 3rd and Langford. So,
and we lived on 2nd, right by the beach.
Okay, so you was on 2nd.
So, yeah.
Oh, she was on like Emory or Webb? Like one of
we was on Bird, 2nd and Bird between,
Okay, there's like that side street.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's up there. So my grandma lived on 3rd by Langford. So my grandma, like, I was like, yo, grandma, I'm going to, whatever house. She's like, go ahead. She didn't know the Greek Fest is going crazy by the beach, so you feel me? I used to catch the bus out from Red Bank, walk over to my grandma's house. My mom thinking about my grandma. She'd go to the beach, go ahead.
And we not knowing what's going on.
That used to be crazy. Like, that's like an era that if you ain't see it, you wouldn't understand it or believe it. Like,
yeah, that comes into like this generation. This generation is different from the era that we was raised in because like, being raised and waking up Saturday in the morning, we had to bleach the house, before we was able to go outside. Like, but it was stuff to do. You go watch people play football, field tag, like, it was a lot of other things.
We living now in like a technology world now. Like back then it was different. Like, so we might have had a TV in the household that might have been only one really good TV that we all sit around and watch, but niggas wanted to be outside. Like if you wasn't outside, like you had to be outside at that time, like early 90s, 2000s or whatever, like our age, we had to be outside. Like that's how you got your name. You had to be outside. You wasn't outside, nobody would know who the fuck you was. Like, so when did you like started to like, really like understand the streets and like what did you like started to like get yourself into and like was it like bad thing? Like do you have like people that was like, I feel like we follow our peers and you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have it's different people you deal with. So, I had certain friends, like different type of friends. So like if I wanted to party or drink or stuff, being young, staying the night out, I would hang with that crowd.
Yeah.
And then the crowd that, that's like always in the house or, parents won't let them out. It was just like two different crowds. So once I started being attached to the one of drinking, partying, and
So how old was you think? How old was you when you started drinking and smoking and all that shit? Like you thinking like
I never smoked, but I drank. You drank like 13.
13, you
drinking that old stuff like Mad Dog. When you young, little stuff like that.
That's crazy because like I never fuck with liquor, yo. Like until I got older, and even when I did like really start to get dabble in that shit, I never liked it.
I think now that being older is just like it's not there. Like being young, you try anything. Yeah. Like any liquor, any beer, anything. Now that you older, you just stick to like what you know, or if it's either you gonna do it or you don't want to do it no more. Yeah.
So now you hanging out with your friends and shit. You like now school, like you going through school. Like how was it? Like I'm trying to figure out like the female.
So like I was still in school. Like that was like my main goal, regardless of what I was doing out on the streets. Like my mom thing was education. Yeah. Like after education, then it was everything, But like that was something that I was really big on.
Yeah. So like. They had groups out here and shit. Like I said, I'd be knowing shit just for seeing it and just passing. I remember like I heard like some groups like back in the day, niggas like CNN or shit like that.
We was the CNG girls.
Okay, so like the females, y'all
we branched off the CNN boys.
Okay, y'all just out here just terrorizing shit.
Well,
So like I'm saying, so like how was that? Like the people like you ran with like. They all was like on some shit like what y'all had, like what was y'all common goals, or was y'all just outside just doing some shit like
so
whatever?
We were just outside. So like before the CNG it was the dogs, and that was just the drill team, like the big dogs, little dogs, that was like our little drill team thing. Then it was the CNG, and it was just like house parties, like it wasn't more so of like fighting and that. It was just like we'd drink house parties or chill with the fellas and stuff like that. It wasn't like out of control.
Yeah. So when did you start to like see yourself start to get into like the streets and you start to see yourself get in trouble and shit like that? And this shit is like I'm wilding, or because like having a role model or somebody to tell you like, yo, you bugging, you know what I mean? Or you didn't have that. So it
goes into like your past, like like whatever you've been through when as a young age, you don't know how to channel it. You don't know how to really like come out and like express your feelings. So like expressing my feelings was drinking or fighting or just to get the anger out, and it was towards people that didn't have nothing to do with what my anger was.
What do you think it came from though? Like
my anger came from like my dad not being around, my brothers and them dad being around, or my mom, and just being angry because I didn't like to talk, so I kept everything in, I bottled everything up, so it just exploded whenever. Yeah,
so anybody catch that, it was on. So yeah, so you feel like so the kids now, like I got daughters now and shit. So it's like they tell you like guys got all these daughters just because they past was bad. Maybe that shit might be true. You feel me? But I got 3 daughters and that shit like my daughter 17 drives me nuts. You feel me? So like 17 compared to like it's different now. So like I remember when I was 17, it's way different.
Yeah, but you the things you did back in the day with females comes back on your kid. When you got daughters. So now you seeing like what you used to do. Now you can see like what's going on, like how your daughters grow up with another person do to them. So it all falls back to like just you, like what you did. And like everything you did, it comes back 10 times worse. Yeah. But you were there, so
try to fix it.
Yeah. So you're there. So you're there to show them different things. Show them different aspects, show them what is life. Like it's more out there than Asbury. It's more than anything. Like you got to put your mind to it. If you don't have nobody to push you to it, you're never going to succeed.
Yeah. So when did you get that? Like, so having that mindset, like a lot of people in our area don't see that. Like people think Asbury is the only thing, or Monmouth County or New Jersey. I know cats that said they never even been on a plane before.
Nobody never been out of Asbury.
On a plane, so it's like scary. Like damn, yo, you know how many different people I met. Like you know what I'm saying, and it's like people don't want to even expand.
I don't think people want to grow.
Why is that though?
When you're stuck, like it's like a turtle race. You're just stuck running around the same circle over and over again. You're comfortable. Once you get comfortable, that's just what you're comfortable of doing. Now you got to be uncomfortable. That's what everybody's scared to be uncomfortable. So once you get in an uncomfortable situation, it's just like, oh, I ain't doing that. I don't feel like I'm not comfortable doing that. Yeah. But then I'm going to go back to what I know. Yeah. That's what makes me comfortable. So that's what's going on in you know, in around our area is like everybody's just comfortable.
Too comfortable.
Yeah.
So get uncomfortable to really succeed. If you
uncomfortable, you'll start seeing the potential, the strength you have, the strive, and everything that you have. If you get in an uncomfortable situation.
That's a fact. It's a fact. All right, I like that. That's a dope. That's definitely official because I really realized that, like, even with me, I don't really like to be comfortable. I hate to feel like everything is sweet. You feel me? I feel like I want to make it feel like this is my last and I got to go again, go extra harder because this shit might not be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So anything I strive for is always for the future too, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's a future, and it's a future for your family. But it's sad because you see how, like, even if you're grown or you're doing something productive, somebody always try to take you down.
That's a fact.
And bring you down to the point where as though that where they at. You know, nobody never want to see nobody grow. And that's where the problem come at. Nobody want to see nobody doing better than. But at the same time, we all come together as one. Everybody had the same thing that we have. It's not that hard.
Why you think it's like that though?
Because people is lazy and people don't want to do what they want to do.
Not even just that.
And it's not only that. And the thing is, everybody, like, we have knowledge.
Yeah.
We are smarter than a lot African Americans.
Yeah.
But because we've been through so much and some people done hurt us or did something to make us scared to do certain things, it's just like now we're just in the back burner. So it's like somebody do something to you in the past and tell you you're not worth this, you're not worth that. We grow up in the era too, whereas though, like, we had to hide everything that our family ever been through or what we've been through.
That's a
fact.
fact.
Now people could talk about this generation, talk about it.
Embrace it.
Exactly. But at the same time, it's just like when you have somebody saying you're a failure or you're not going to never make it, or you plant that in your head. That's just something that you're going to keep on saying to yourself, even though you're not saying it out loud. It's already planted in your head.
And you see people that's on the same. So you thinking like it's all right because if they ain't gonna be shit, then I ain't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I definitely get it. And just like you said, the shit that we being young, like growing up, like food stamps, like niggas ain't want to.
Nobody wanted to go in the store with them.
Hell no, but now niggas who got food stamps for sale.
Yeah, exactly.
So people embrace that shit now, but because everybody doing it. But back in the day, we all was poor coming up and all that shit, but nobody would never want to say they got food stamps or want to be like they poor. Yeah,
but now it's just like our generation, we grew up, we got kids, our kids grown or whatever the case may be. Like, we do everything for our kids.
Yeah.
Opposed to back in the day, we had to do stuff for our parents. No, you're gonna do it on your own. You know, they're getting it handed to them. Yeah. So they don't know what it is not to have. They don't know the struggle. They don't know like what not to have lights or not to have food in the refrigerator or not to have certain clothes. They don't know that. So it's just like now it's just like they give it they know it. So once you take it from them, they just looking like, okay, whatever, like, you know, but we had to really like grow up like, listen, I gotta stay out of trouble. I need these, or this is what I want. It always was something to keep us pushing.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It's nothing to keep nobody pushing because everybody's getting it handed to them.
And I say that too. I could pick off that because I say the same thing about like Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. The reason why I don't celebrate it because I feel like it's materialistic shit to keep your child feeling like they. It's like every year if I'm my kid, I do shit all year round. So once Christmas comes, what the fuck I'm gonna get my kid now? Yeah. So now I'm gonna get 3 bikes. 3 iPhone, like what the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we building these materialistic kids that make them more crazier to want shit and be spoiled when they don't really deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we put all these holidays, like you said, back in the day, I miss Christmas mad times. You feel me? A lot of holidays, Easter, you know, you used to get like one pair of sneakers for the whole school year. My kids getting crazy pair of sneakers and they don't even appreciate it. Walking on the back of the hill, I'm like, yo, I just paid $300 for those shoes or $200, whatever, but they don't appreciate it now. Back in the day, you had that sneaker and make sure that shit stay clean because you know you never going to get another one.
It. Take everything away. Phones, like computers, laptops, anything that these kids got. What you think gonna happen? Do you think that these kids gonna be like, all right, well, we got to find another way? They'll lose their mind.
That's a fact. They don't even. I just saw my daughter. I said, yo, y'all gonna go outside? Like, what are y'all doing?
No, these kids stay in the house on the phone or a game and stuff like that.
It's dangerous outside too. But I say, like, I really like my kids in the house. I ain't gonna lie. But I'll just be like, yo, at least try to find something to do if you do want. There's other stuff you could do, like little music park and shit like that. But I really don't like the outside for my daughters and shit because outside is dangerous as hell. Like people shooting.
It is.
And it's like I said, growing up at our young ages, like they kids now, they wasn't doing that shit. Like niggas wasn't. We ain't have to worry about getting shot at.
You don't have to worry about none of that.
We could be outside late as hell at night. You ain't have to worry about none of that. Now it's like, fuck at nighttime. You better hope your kid's good at 3:30 in the afternoon. Like you feel me? So it's like the protecting, like like it's no type of structure now, like where
it's not, and everything. Every parent is trying to protect their kids. So if you in the house, they're like, all right, she in the house, she good.
Yeah,
that's it.
So where you think the turn like for you, like where you was like, damn, like because once you follow a path, you should see the turn for you, and you was like, it is what it is, like when you just started seeing like you already like the destruction that you probably see yourself in, and you probably could have been like, damn.
Like, now, I sit back and think about stuff. I got in a situation where as though, I just never told.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but,
so
that was something in our era that, that was a code.
Don't tell.
Yeah, so.
Being a civilian and being in the street, all that, so it's like, everybody don't want, your parents tell you that shit, don't be no fucking tattletale, you know what I mean? And it's like a part of a principle that's like, it just in us, like that's just something that's just regular. But some people don't follow it, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, you didn't tell. But if you think of, like, do you feel like your life?
So I felt like that was the turn. Like I always was riding, always was loyal, always took on other people's issues, and not my own. It was never really mine. But that just made me like think about like, dang, like. I could have been here. I could have been there. Like, like I could have been doing this. I could have been doing that. But instead, I'm in a situation where as though now I really got to sit here and plan my life out because of what situation that I put myself in.
So thinking like, you being loyal and stand up and like having a backbone for you, you think that should kind of like backbite you? Like, damn, like now that you did it, it's like, damn, you think about it, like, damn, I should have told. Or still like, fuck, it is what it is. I signed up for this shit and it is what it is. Or it's like.
So I felt like, I signed up for it. So
it is what it is
at this point, you know, like, and it made me a better person, a better woman.
Okay.
It made me really go out there and want to do certain things like being in real estate, going to school, graduating, stuff like that.
Nice. So you think that your situation, because you did a bid, right? Like how much time you did?
13.
13 years. Think about it, 13. That shit sounds fucking crazy, yo. Mm-hmm. And I tilt my hat to you because like I don't even think I got 13 hours. Like I ain't saying I'm telling. I'm just not doing shit to get me in no trouble. You feel me? But at the same time, I respect it because 13 years is a long fucking time. You feel me? And you miss out on a lot of shit that like you could have. Like you said, do you think that even though like you said you could have told and you could have been out that situation, whatever, do you think it's like your lesson to be like that was your pause? Because like you said, you could have had a run.
Yeah, because just like, all right, you as young, I did so much. I did so much. And even though this situation wasn't my situation, God put me in there for a reason, you know? And the reason is like, now I'm knowing, but it really like just made me look at people different. Yeah. Like I'm skeptical. I don't really like deal with people. I don't want to talk to people. And that right there, you can't go into life with just like having this like, oh, I don't trust this person. I don't trust this person. Like, you got to give somebody a chance, you know? But at the same time, if a person ain't on a positive note or a positive level or their mind is trying to elevate somewhere different, then I'm not dealing with them. Yeah,
that's a fact. And it's crazy that it says you have to go through shit to learn. Like you have
to. Life is a lesson. It's like a curveball. It's you gonna go through it and you gonna come up out of it. But if you don't go through a struggle, you will never know how to get through it. You know.
Yeah. So are you doing 13? How old was you when you went in? Like how old was you?
19.
19. So your mind, like how was your mind then? Like so, right there, like you got to get sentenced 13. Like what was on your mind? Like it's crazy.
Like it's what's on your mind. Like damn. Like what? Like, I'm really going down for something I had nothing to do with. Yeah. But then it's like, I'm losing out on all this time. Like, what is my life? Like, you don't see the end of the tunnel. You don't see the end of the tunnel. You don't see like, all right, I'm coming home on this day. Like, you don't see that far. So at this point, it's just like you in your head, like you stressed, you depressed, you going through some shit. Like, yo, like damn, like this is real.
So now you going in at 19 and you already had this anger built up in you. Like how was I know you was in there just going crazy, like fighting. Like how was that shit for your first 5 years? First 5 years and like how
I had so much anger built in me because I knew like, you know, like this ain't what I wanted. This ain't what supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was a couple fights and stuff like that just because it's like now I'm taking all my anger out on anybody.
Yeah, don't fucking say
like
shit.
No, don't say nothing to me. Like I'm minding my business. Don't say nothing to me. Like and And I had got into a lot of things because I was just so quiet. But as soon as somebody says something the wrong way, it ticks me off. Like I had low tolerance for a lot of things. But, going in, I started going to college.
Okay.
I started doing cosmetology. I started helping the people that had cancer. So it was just like I kept doing stuff in there to get me, just keep out of trouble. So that's where it all started at.
So you think like, because now, like, because you have a positive, from how I hear, you got a positive mindset. So it's like, you see how it's like, you had to go through something like, to like pause your life to really see your potential of who you really is. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you in jail though, and you doing all the things that you could have did out on the street, but you on the street, and everybody that you're around is really like for destruction. Like, and it's scary because I feel like if I fuck with my friend, like my friends, I try to keep them like me. Like I want you to mirror me, like be like me. You don't have to be exactly like me, but I don't want you to do. I don't want my friends to. I don't want them to self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna push them to do some crazy shit. So it's like, is these really your friend? Like how you look at? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so like it was a situation that happened recent, and a person said something to me, and like the conversation, I just was like, back in the day, maybe that was like appealing or like, like you like, okay. But I was just like, it was like disgusted. Like, like you're the same person. Like, so like, who you want to be around. Who you want to be around. Once you clear your mind, like you have to learn who you are.
Yeah.
And I think, being down, it let me learn who I was as a woman, as a person, as a mother, as a sister. It showed me what I like to do, what I don't like to do. Being out on the streets and being around other people and drinking and stuff, your mind is not on what's important about what you love, like self-care. Like, there's a lot of things that you have to go through. So me going through it and now that I'm out and you see who you want to be around, like those old people out.
It's like this shit. Like it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like damn, like ew, was that really was us back in the day?
Yeah.
So now it's just like, I don't even want to hold a conversation because it's like you're stuck.
And it's like almost like, and if people think it's like, oh, you changed and you acted funny, like nah, it's like I want more. I want to have.
Yeah, they say like people say people, places, and things, right?
Yeah. All
right, I could say people, places, and things. I'm still in the same place that I always been at all my life. A lot of people haven't seen me or think that I'm moved somewhere because I just don't surround myself around that.
Yeah.
So you can't keep on saying people, places, and things. It's not people, places, and things. It's you. It's either you want to fall into the people, places, and things that you want to, or you want to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
It's no excuse. Everything comes from within.
Yeah.
It's not nobody else. You can't blame nobody else, and it's within. Like with my situation, it's me. I never said nothing. So, this is what it led me to be in, but at the same time, it's just like, I know that I'm the person that put myself in this situation.
Yeah.
Nobody else could do it. I can't say, oh, this person did it or this person didn't know. Everything start with you.
Yeah, it's a fact.
So
it's a fact. And to own up to it is like having accountability to your own mistakes. Because some people will be like, nah.
Some people don't have that though.
Yeah. And people want to blame everybody else. Like, nah, your decisions. I'm big on decisions. Like, everybody be like, yo, how you doing? Like my decisions I picked. Like everybody have their own 24 hours. Everybody have their own decisions. Like my decisions, I might be for y'all niggas might go to the club and spend $1,000 on bottles. I might save my $1,000 to go on a trip though. And my decision, like, oh, I never been there. Of course, your decision we picked better. Like who decision was better? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. Just having a better mindset. You know what I mean? Trying to be around people that's going to elevate you. You know what I mean? Because I'd rather be around a person that's going to give me resources. It's not all about money. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. But people say give me resources.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to give you resources because they don't want you to get that resource and blow up. So it's just like, like sometimes you got to figure it out on your own.
Yeah. But when I mean is give me resources, like not only just like, I get what you're saying, but like resources mean that's point me in a direction where I can, you know what I mean? Like you said, you went to school. So you had your resources at your fingertips. You know what I mean? You in school, you got your teachers. Your teachers ain't going to, like, that was your resources right there. Like, some people that's in life, you never know. Like, they might point you in a direction that not even knowing that might.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, you got to be around the right people. The right people going to point you to the right direction.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's outside of us. It's outside of us. Point blank, period. It's like, it's outside of us. The outside people going to help us faster than our own people.
That's a fact. Now you in 5 years out. Now you 5 in. Do you start to see like? Because I know you was in there like younger like females that you like like trying to like y'all bugging like because I know you had 13, so I know you probably seen people that had way more time.
Yeah.
Or like
you see like it's like young girls come in there that's like literally like doing like 25 or more.
And it's like over what?
And then it's
over
like over relationships or killing somebody or their boyfriend or stuff like that. So now you got to deal with I've seen some young girls you try to mold them or like listen, don't do this, don't do that. But they gotta learn on their own.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn. I dealt with all the older people, old heads.
Yeah. So like you in there and you talking about like females like what you thinking? Like the youngest you seen that come in the building like
16.
16 and doing a 25-year bid?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. The youngest person you said that was in there is 16 years old. Like so they sentenced females in the like that's like a state prison for females.
Yeah.
That's what age that start at? So what?
Yeah.
16?
Whenever you come in.
So you saying like I'm saying what's the youngest?
So the youngest that was there was like 15, but they don't interact with us until they get to like a certain age,
Like 20, like 21 or something like that. Like,
18.
Like 19 and they in the building.
18, they in the building.
Sheesh. That's different, yo. And it's crazy because female nature really, I see that's not women's nature to be like killers and you know what I'm saying? I feel like a woman had to be pushed to that shit to the limit, you know what I'm saying? So like it's scary to see like a female that young to throw her life away. And most like you said, most likely it's over relationships. Like men pushing them, domestic violence.
The majority of it is over relationships.
A lot of it, right? Yeah, that's crazy. So like so now you 5 years in. So when did you start to really like you said, because you said it was like the tunnel that you ain't see yet. Now it started to get light. Like the light started to come. Like you feel me? You see the lights now. Like it's like now it's 10 years out because you already had it. Like you already knew your sentence date, even though you said you don't see it. But the light started to come. Dude, like when you was down, did you have somebody that was your road dog, like, or like that held you down, like?
And she's still there.
That's fire.
To this day.
That's fire.
So yeah, you know, it was one person that I like really like got real close to.
Before jail or in jail or after? Like how was it?
In jail.
Okay.
And now at the jail, we still like
y'all tight as hell.
But it was like she was quiet, just like I was. Like
how much time? Was
she only had like a 5 flat, something like.
Oh, so she came out before you?
Yes. So she didn't used to talk like me, but I used to play cards with her and stuff. And then we really got cool. Then I got to understand the person she was.
Okay.
What she went through, and she left and stayed in contact. So
you see like a lot of reasons why is what you think it would be people emotion like people that get themselves in jail, like what would be the reason you think like the reason why they land themselves there, like
so
like
you have
ego driven people,
you
or
have
people,
some people in there with like just bad decisions, like you hear what happened, you be like what, but then you have some people in there that you just sit and you like feel for, because it's like your man been beating on you all this time and you got like enough was enough, and you end up, killing them, and you end up locked up. Like people come in black eyes, busted lips, no teeth because of abusive relationships.
But they killed them, and they killed the nigga,
and now they in jail for it. So some things is you be like okay, but then you have people in there that just was in there for other people that wasn't even there. They just took the weight for them, So it's just like you see so many different people and so many different emotions with different females like all over it, and then you somewhere where there's a bunch of females, so the mood swings is out of control.
I'm about to say that.
But then you have to deal with not just the females there, you have to deal with the COs, touching on you, or
So it's like a lot of that shit going on there.
It was a lot of that going on when I first went down. It was a lot of that going.
Like meaning as the women getting raped by the COs.
Yes, like a lot of it. Like So it was
hold on. So you telling me the COs is in there raping the female, and they're not even getting caught up? It's going
like
down.
Now. Like before I left, they started getting caught up. So everybody's like started telling. People started telling, but in the beginning it was like none of that. Like
so niggas just getting to do whatever. This shit, nigga. Man, that's crazy.
So you got to deal with that. Like I had to sleep with one eye open. Like what I'm saying, because like you just never know. But just because who I am, they ain't try it. So thank God they didn't. But it's just like that's something that we had to deal with.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's all men. Like where we was at was just all men.
So they do the same thing, like strip search, all that shit with y'all.
They have like certain females. No, they cannot.
Oh, okay, get it. Oh, I'm about to say they ain't strip searching y'all.
But yeah, that's you learn so much. Like It was just crazy.
So like, what was your survival in there? Like was you still gang banging still or nah? No gang. So you stop gangbanging. So you was just on some straight, just whatever. So like so that's what I asked you. So you're not gangbanging. No, how did that turn for you? Like was motherfuckers on some, but like why you ain't banging no more? Like what's up? So
I just after the situation, it was just whatever. Like,
yeah. So like okay.
Like me personally, I didn't care. This is whatever. However y'all want to try it, it is what it is. Like that's just was my mentality. Like whatever. Like I ain't beat, so it is what it is. However y'all want to do it, then we could,
Yeah.
But ain't nobody try it, so we're just like whatever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So now you say, all right, I want a different path for my life and shit. And you got a child too.
Yes.
How old is your?
She's about to be 21.
Damn, that's crazy, yo. Kids grow fast. I remember when your daughter was little. Damn, that's crazy. 21. So how was that like being a mother locked up? Like I know that shit had to fuck with you more than anything.
Yeah, it was tough. But like, in a female prison, you have visits every month with them. Okay. So that was like something like the van to go get them and bring them. But that was like tough. Like if I was just like, it was my situation and I went down for my shit and it was like me and I pled guilty to it, like then I'd be like, yeah, like, this is what I have to do. This is my consequences. But at the same time, it wasn't. So that was like really tough on me.
Yeah.
Like that really because like then you got everybody looking at you like you this mass murderer or you did something and you wasn't even there. Like people don't know your story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody knew my story. Everybody just say, oh, she went to jail for this. But like y'all never knew. Like a couple of us was never even there. Yeah. We just only went because of just associated with certain people or didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody look at me like, oh, this, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, but.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about it because everybody gonna look at it like.
Yeah, like, like even with Q, like. Yeah. Ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we just went. It's just because of who we was and we went down for it. You know what I'm saying?
I told you that shit all the time. I say, yo.
But it affects you. It affects how people look at you today. I don't care. Yeah. I really don't care how nobody look at me because, like I said, like I wasn't there. The only reason why we went down because we didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
And like you said, if you'd have told, you'd have been fucking out. And
exactly. I'd probably been in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So it's like it's damn you do, damn you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like to today, like, people look at it. I'm just in my head, like y'all judging, y'all don't even know. Like,
not even just that though. Y'all judge. People will judge a situation, but at the same token, people will judge you and not even be through the situation. Like, I don't judge nobody. I don't give a fuck what you do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna make their own decisions and what they gonna do and whatnot. But I'm saying that because people pick and choose what is right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers hang with people that snitch all the day and be like, oh, I ain't snitching on niggas, but you hang with somebody snitching. So it's like, people choose who to fuck with, basically. I'm really a big, firm believer on that shit. Motherfuckers know who to fuck with and not to play with. Because it's like, they pick and choose. They really just really like, oh, you did this, but it's all right, that person get a pass. Like, nah, like, be one way.
And that's just what it is. Like, like, coming home, I was just like, all right, like,
so when you
had to deal with this.
So now you came home, you know what I'm saying? You fresh. Because like I said, y'all went down 2006. And that shit just seemed crazy. Like there's just time that just missed. You know what I'm saying? So like if I was saying, so like you were saying about being a mother and shit, like how was that going through like in the prison? Like you said, once a month your daughter come through.
Yeah, but this was like,
I mean, like how long? Like how was the visit for?
For 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
But that shit's like crazy, like.
Yeah. So you with her by yourself, but it's just like the leaving part. It's like, damn, like.
Yeah.
She's leaving, I'm still here. Like that affects you, being a mother and being in a situation like that. And your daughter's going through, she was 4.
Yeah.
Got locked up.
So I was
turning 4.
So now that y'all, cause y'all, like I say, you basically being a mother from jail, you trying to basically like, how was that like disciplining and trying to make her, you know what I'm saying?
It was hard.
Hard.
It was hard because I'm just trying to discipline her over a phone.
Yeah.
And I'm not in person.
Did you see like, this is your daughter now, do you see like the same, you be like, that's me. Like, damn, like my daughter's 17, I'd be like, that's me. I'd be like, yo, I'd be mad as hell, but it's like, that's me.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about life.
You know what I mean?
But I try to like, steer into a different path.
Okay.
Like the attitude, everything is just like, whoa,
it's like, yo, it's crazy. Like you made yourself over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how can I like be mad at certain shit when I did the shit that she doing now? You know what I'm saying? And
it's not like how we was. Like it ain't off the hook. It's just like, she's not that. She's not bad. It's just the attitude stinks. Yeah. But, And
so now, like, all right, so you come home, you build this relationship back up with your daughter. Do you feel like it's some resentment? Like,
it is.
A lot? Or it's like...
I'm not going to say a lot, but it's a lot of... It's resentment. Like, you could tell. You know, you could... The conversations and stuff like that. Like, I came home when she was, like, almost 18.
Yeah. So now it's like, now it's like the time you got it's a lot of time to catch up. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of time, and then you still clash.
Because they stuck in it. It's like once a person, I feel like once anybody gets stuck in their ways, it's gonna be hard to break that shit.
And that's where it's at. She's stuck in her ways, but I still try. Like I don't give up.
Yeah,
like some people probably just like, all right, I ain't gonna try no more. Yeah, but that's my child.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what's up, though, man. I respect that, though. So now you come home. I like I said, you doing your thing. Like, if I ain't tell you, I respect it, like, all 100%. Like, I'd be like, yo, Q, yo, Cassie doing her thing. Even when you was, like, I think in the half, I nobody just DM you, like, yo, keep going, like, word up. Because I see it, and it's knowing you from, like I said, I was outside with y'all motherfuckers. The scene was going on out there. I'm like, nigga, I ain't fucking playing out there. Y'all niggas is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But me being me, that's why everybody fuck with me. I just like to be myself. If since you knew me or whatever, I always follow what the fuck I like to do. I ain't trying to be, Q my right hand man. I could have been right with y'all motherfuckers, because you know what I mean. But at the same time, I just always had a mindset for me. Like I just knew what was me. You know what I'm saying? So now you come home and gotta be different, because it's like, yo, everybody, some motherfuckers die, some motherfuckers, everything is different.
Everything is different because like you went in young. Everybody was still here. Like, you come out and like people was going, people was high. That's like the same age as like, so you start seeing everything, so, you start seeing like the streets for what it is. Like, damn, like.
So what was what made you like feel like, damn, because you came back to, I don't know if you came back or whatever, but I feel like you back around the way. So like, did you like, it was like made you nervous, like, damn, somebody might want to try to do something to me?
Yeah, you when you in a situation, especially if you get locked up for something like that, even though I know I ain't do it or whatever, but it's just like I was paranoid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm down for so long and I don't know who was who. Yeah. I don't know what's going on out here. Like, so I'm just like, I'm staying away, like. So it took me a long time to just be like, just comfortable with my, like, all right, whatever.
Like sleeping wise and everything. Like,
yeah, because you know when you in there, like, you can't really sleep too much because you don't know what's going on. Yeah. So that was like a situation too. But like, you got to get comfortable. You got to feel like, okay.
Question. So I always want to ask, because like, did you do therapy? Like, did you go, like, are you going to go through therapy? Like, I mean.
So I did therapy. Yeah. I had to.
Okay.
Because it was so much going on. Like, it was like so much, like, I had like on, like, just going through. Yeah. Like, just the stress, depression, just everything. So I felt like I needed to talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
Like, so, even if you're not in a situation, therapy is good, because whatever you're going through, you got to talk about it. I feel like the more I talked about it with that person, I felt like, okay, like, like, all right, well, this is what it's like a relief. Like, the baggage was off of me, like, whatever the case may be, like, but I'm not a talker. So it was like, I started talking like that more with that person.
So did you start doing like more like I wouldn't call it community work in there. Like, did you do like groups with other females that needed that, like, or like you just stayed away from people? Like,
so I did groups, and it was like this project thing that we had there, where you leave a prison, you go to like all over New Jersey to like schools and stuff like that to talk. Yeah. So I did that. So like, I'd be out of the jail like Monday through Thursday.
Fire.
Like, going to like juvenile centers, schools, or stuff like that to talk to kids. So I think that made me like, feel like I was helping.
How long was you in there before you got that chance to do that?
So it was like 7 years, 7.5.
And so they wanted to learn you first before they want to make sure that, because that's what it is. Like, you a little taste, and if you try to do some bullshit, that's so there's no way you didn't want to fuck that up either. Like, because you fuck it up.
I did want to go talk. I did want to,
So you feel like story. You feel like this like a lesson learned. You think like you ain't like, some motherfuckers like I be trying to understand, like, yo,
like, this is like a lesson learned. Like, that was a lesson learned. Like, that was like a traumatized situation, and it was just like, oh no, that ain't for me.
That ain't for you. Yeah, and it's like I said,
especially when that's your first charge ever in your life.
I'm about to ask you that.
And you go down for something that you ain't had nothing to do, and you do all that time. The first charge, like, I got accepted to Virginia College before I even went down, and never made it.
That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. So, and that's like a lesson. Yeah, that's definitely a lesson. I see that shit, because it's like you said, like, I don't even think that you was. I didn't. I mean, I'm not saying you're stupid or nothing like that, but I didn't know that you was like in the path of like going through school and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was outside, just you know what I mean, just whatever, just doing what you're doing. But come to hear you talk about it is like dope because a lot of people wouldn't know like, you know what I mean.
Because I just kept everything to myself.
Yeah. So you got all right. So you go now. You come home. So you coming home? I never like I said you was doing a half house shit going through school and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like, did you when did you finish school? Like graduated and shit.
So I graduated 3 years ago.
Okay.
But it was COVID. Well, 2 years, like 3 years. It was COVID, so we couldn't walk the stage.
Yeah.
So we had to wait until like a year and a half after that to go. But I'm in school now still. So
which degree you got?
Social work.
Fire. I'm in school too. I'm gonna get my bachelor in film science.
Yeah. So.
Shit hard as hell. It's hard, but if you want something, it's never easy.
Yeah, I'm about to say you want it, you're gonna get it. So
that's a fact.
But then, I did the real estate. I got, the real estate license and stuff like that. But it's just things that I just wanted to do. Yeah. Like to know that I could do it.
And you know what it is too, like now that you home and you sit back and think about it, you been home, y'all been home like 4 years, 3 years?
4.
And you think about your peers, people that you left behind, and you look like, damn, I'm doing better than motherfuckers. I did 13, so you already had a head start. I come home, I got my degree, real estate, car, you know what I mean? So it's like you really could tell like people really don't want to do shit. Like you feel me?
Yeah, you could. Because at the end of the day, like I'm in a situation where though I ain't think I could get real estate license or finish school or, just certain things like working in a halfway house now. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of things that I know that I could accomplish because of fear.
Yeah.
But then when I was just like, man, whatever, I'm gonna just give it a try. Like if they say no, they say no.
And you got it and you did that shit.
So
that's fire, yo. That's definitely fire, and I respect that shit to 100% because, like I said, a lot of people don't be doing shit. Like a lot of motherfuckers just in the way and just outside, and it's sad because like our community, nobody really telling motherfuckers like everybody think that wrong is right. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. So it's just like when you're doing wrong for so many years, you think that's okay.
Yeah.
So when somebody do say something to you, that's going to be a whole issue because they looking at you like who the hell you think you are? Like what?
Yeah.
Like what you think somebody you better than? No, if somebody care or want you to do better, of course they're going to approach you and let you know like, all right, nah, try something different. Yeah. But you can't approach people nowadays because that ain't what they really want and they feel like you better than. So who are you to come to me and tell me anything?
Yeah, and I always see like people will be like, yo, welcome home, and you keep telling the same person welcome home, and it's like, damn, when you going to tell a person to stay, like, or at least, because people, like, I feel like everything is action. So it's like, you can say whatever you want to a person, but, like, at least show a person, like, a different direction. Like, because some people be looking for it, too. Some people want that direction, like, that extra help or, yo, damn.
Yeah, some people look for that.
But
it's not given.
It's not given. I'm saying it's not
given. So you could have somebody that's really, like, need the help or need a push. But because of people pushing you away or pushing you back when the person that really need it, you don't want to even try it because somebody already just told you like, nah, like you try to help them and they like, nah, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
It's just like you gotta like, and life is just like sometimes you just gotta step out in faith. You have to. Because like I said, I don't really trust people, but I can't keep on living my life like that because then somebody that do come in that really, really is that genuine person, I'm pushing them away because of past shit.
Yeah.
So you'll push somebody away because of your past, but they be the main people that be in your life for a reason, you know? And that's what we do. We tend to do. I'm learning, like, not to keep pushing good people away because of fear or because of you ain't gonna do what somebody else did to me,
Yeah, I feel like every person that come in your life, even good or bad, I think is a reason. Like, so even a person that comes bad, So a person that even come bad, this might be a reason to like. It is a part of life. You need good and bad to
level it out so you can see what is what.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like
we still learning. It don't matter how old we are or what we've been through or what the worst or the struggle we've been through. We're still learning through life.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You're still learning.
You come home and all that, but before like that though, how was your like your support system when you was down? Like how was visitation and like was it like a lot? Like did you get a lot of visits from different people? Like how was it for like being a female?
My support was just my mom.
Your mom?
My mom and like my 2 friends, my childhood friends.
Yeah.
they was always there, but no. Like a female prison is different from men. Like females don't really have visits like that. Like, but if you go to a men prison, the lines is like down, like down the street.
Why you think it's like that though? Like, what's your perspective on that? Like, why is it like that? You would think that as a female, you would think that. So you think like, so it's kind of, hold on, pause. I'm gonna say something. So basically, it's like, say, just give an example, like a guy, female.
A guy gonna have 1,000 visits because they got 1,000 bitches on his, I'm saying, on their team. Yeah. So where it comes with females, a female's gonna ride with a nigga regardless of a situation and just say bump the girl. Like, so I'm saying, so like even when it comes to, and it's sad to say, when it comes to like parents, like a mother's gonna ride with their son, like till the wheels fall off. Yeah, they gonna ride with their daughter, but they gonna go extra mile for their son. Yeah. So like being with a female, like listen, a female in jail, we'll see them when they get out. So it's on to the next. So now it's just like a men, you got a side chick, you got a wife, you got another baby, you got all these people coming to support you because they know you coming home and they coming home today. They know they gonna get that.
Yeah. So. That's different because I was about to say to you, like, that's really deep because it's like with a woman, I think the reason why it's like that because with a female, she probably loyal to that one person before she went in, and that nigga like fuck her now. Yeah. So, but with a man, it's like he had 8, 9 different females that was rocking with him. They all
come out the woodwork. You don't even know, like, what I'm saying? Like once a man go to jail, that's like if somebody die, you start seeing all these females that they ever been with. So once the man in jail, now you starting to see all these females they dealt with. And they like, all right, well, I'm going to ride harder so he could come home to me. Yeah. It's like a competition. Yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, the wife there, but I'm going to do everything I could so I could feel like he going to come to me and secure the bag and like, all right, I rolled with him. I did visits. I gave him money. I sent pictures. I did all this. Whatever he wanted on the phone, I did it. So it was just like, all right, well, it's like, I'm going to get him. Like I put in the work. Yeah. That's just the main thing.
And with the females, it's none of that shit.
No.
So y'all not even on the phone, no boo loving nothing. It's like, so I'm about to ask you that because like, with the man, it's like niggas in jail. They go, yo.
Yeah, but some females don't have phones. Like, some people don't have. Females had nobody to call.
Damn. So they not even like. So like, how is that in relationship wise? Like, do women like have like boyfriends and do they find like?
I feel like like women have boyfriends, but once they get locked up in their situation, the nigga like I'm going to the next to get some. Yeah. So now it's just like bump them. I see them when I get home. I do the bare minimum. If she wants something, and then that maybe stop. But at the same time, they feel like all right, when she get home, she's still gonna be mine.
Yeah. So how is that like? With men in jail, they making like all types of shit to fuck. Like how is it for female in jail? Like to have like sex, like how you like? Cause y'all still have.
But you have females that's gay. Yeah. So or some that come down there that's not gay and started dealing with somebody, or you have some female that just not beat, like or you got people, they touch whatever they selves, but other than that, sometimes just like that ain't on your mind. Yeah. Like what I'm saying, like with me, like that wasn't on my mind. Like whatever, like it is what it is. Like, what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get out. I want to get home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to put yourself in situations like that, but then it's just like, whatever, I gotta do time. I ain't thinking about none of that.
Yeah, cause I'm thinking like, yo, female jails, like what the fuck, like.
But they do so much. They make their own little thing. They do a lot.
Yeah, like what? Like what? Like, yeah, it's unfiltered. We need to.
What? Like they make their dildos and stuff like that. What though? Like out of like pads, a pad, a glove. Like stuff like that. I don't know. Like I seen it, like gloves, pads. Put a pad on a pencil and just wrap the pads around. Keep wrapping out and put a glove on it. Like what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's how that's. And then you got some people down there forever. So it's just like.
Yeah. So like So it's like a lot of females. So you think a lot of females go in there, come out like bisexual, and fuck with girls? Like what's the percentage?
Yeah, it's a high percentage.
They're high, like. Because if not, if you think it's a lot of.
Because all right, so it goes into say like you're females. Females on females is very emotional because females are emotional. So when you start dealing with another female, them emotions is the same emotions as if you're dealing with a man. But then they vulnerable, they comfortable, your nigga left you or whatever the case may be, and you start attending to a female. So now that y'all got acquainted and y'all start dealing with each other and having sex and whatever the case may be, now you're just focused on this female because now you got time, you doing time with them, y'all eating together, y'all on the same wing, y'all sleeping together. Everything is just like you're in a place where it's just y'all.
So was that allowed though? Like in
It
jail?
wasn't allowed, but it happens. They know about it. You know,
I said because like it's like who knows what's going on in the men jail, but
yeah, but they know, like they got gay couples. They don't care about that. Long as y'all not fighting black eyes and stuff like that, they really don't care.
So a lot of sex going on in them jails.
Yeah,
a lot. Wow, and that's in New Jersey. There's only one female jail.
Yep.
So it's like a massive everybody. So if you go to jail as a female, you go in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere else you going.
Nowhere else.
So being that you did 13, you never seen like a person did like 2, they come back to 3.
Yes, it's like you be like, damn, I can't even get out. Like 4 times. Like, you keep seeing them back to back to back to back.
Get the fuck out of there. Like you seeing motherfuckers come back.
Yes, like you sit there, you see people come in out the door. You like, damn, you just left like a month ago. You back? Or you left 6 months ago. You back again?
What? So why you think it's like that though?
Because some people don't have family. Some people don't have somewhere to go. So now they don't have nowhere to go. So now they back on the streets doing what they need to do to make money.
Yeah.
So now you're placed, you put back in a situation where as though you go and come back to jail. Some people come back to jail just to get a meal or just to,
Yeah. So you're seeing like a lot of like charge wise, like you always just see like the same charge. Mm-hmm. What was it like? What would you say like?
So like the same charges, like the petty charges was like, shoplifting, robbery, stuff like that. Then you have a lot of them down there for killing kids.
What you mean? What you mean killing kids?
Like killing babies.
Like having like the female had a baby and kill it, or
like just have the baby 2, 3, 4, like stuff like that. And like sometimes you don't even know that the person did that until you like if you on a wing with them and you be like, all right, what's she here for? Then you find out she here for killing the baby. You're like, damn, like, and they so nice and sweet that you don't even look at it like, okay, like,
and you never really had conversation with people like that, like to understand like they story.
Yeah, I did. I had
what
conversation
was that?
With like some of them was postpartum, like literally like just postpartum, like and just lost their mind. So it was just like one just had a baby and was postpartum and couldn't deal with the baby
and just killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And how much time they getting for that shit?
She got 15.
15 years. What the fuck? That shit is mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
And so postpartum, that shit.
Postpartum is really like real. Like
so
a lot of people down there.
Even
like some people that got postpartum only got like flats, like 7, something like that, because they know, like but they feel like a baby wasn't developed, so they don't really give too much time for somebody that did something to a baby. Like adult, you got a number, you got taxes, it's mad stuff comes with it. But
like with a baby, like a fucking 2-month baby, they be like, all right, we're gonna give 5 years. That's still fucking mind blowing to me. Because you would think that a person because they know postpartum is like something that's like a really that's like a what?
Yeah,
like
but they feel like it's still like a human. Like whatever.
Damn. And they get 15 years for that shit. That shit sounds crazy, yo.
Yep.
Well, shit, man. We about to wrap this up, man. I had pleasure talking to you, yo. Like,
nice talking to you, so good conversations.
Definitely good conversation. And I never picking your brain and seeing your mindset and seeing all your accomplishments that you've been home since you've been home. I want to give you flowers, yo. Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best, you feel me? And hopefully that this can inspire the next person, like where it's like, you know what I mean? You went down at 19. So hopefully a person that's watching this, that's in the street, living life crazy, you might have a message for them right now. What message would you give them? Just
no matter what or whatever you're going through, keep pushing. Yeah. It happens. Life is life, and like things happen, and it's always a better outcome of a situation. Don't ever give up on it. Don't ever let nobody dictate who you are as a person or judge you. Keep doing what you do.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.